Summer can be very chaotic. When you're in school, right, these are the only really 3 months that you have to just kind of live. When you're outside of school, in the real world, right, this is the time of the year where kiddos might be out of school. You obviously are still working, but the weather is lightening up a little bit. You feel like you want to be outside a little bit more. The days are longer. So yeah, trust me, it is a very chaotic time, but this is also a time to be very intentional about your habits and making sure that you are coming back to yourself at the end of the day. So today's video is going to be all about intentionality and making sure that we can write down a list of things that we know that we want to stick to. Now, at the end of the day, your list it might be very different from mine. I'm simply sharing my habits that I know I want to stick to as, inspiration for you guys. Maybe you see 1 or 2 habits that you want to stick to, or this gives you inspiration to go ahead and make your list. If you're new here, my name is Stephanie, but you can call me Stephanina, and I am a content creator in the travel, lifestyle, and personal development space. And I create content so that you can look and feel like you're living your best life, okay? Now, I would love to have you as part of the family, so if you would do me a solid and hit that red button down below, because as I am recording this video, we are on the road to 500 subscribers. And I can't even believe I'm saying that right now, but that is my reality. So that's so cool. If you would like to join the family, that would be really cool. But if not, just do me a favor and hit that like button to suggest to the algorithm that this would be a good video for others who are also looking for ways to stick to their healthy habits this summer to watch. Now, let's go ahead and jump in. So let's go ahead and jump into number 1. And number 1 is quite plain, obvious, and simple, right? And that is just hydration. Now, I'm aiming for 80 ounces of water a day. And don't ask me what that is in liters or gallons. I don't know, right? I just know it's 2 of these 40-ounce Stanley cups. This is my baby right here. 40 ounces in this baby. If I drink 2 of these a day, which I'm usually pretty good at, then I feel like I'd be very hydrated. With hydration, you should be doing at least half your body weight in ounces. So just think about your body weight, divide that in 2, and then that's how many ounces of water you should be drinking a day. Now, this is good for several reasons. I mean, there's like plain and simple reasons why you need to be drinking water, but it's also just really good for digestion. It's really literally going to help your skin and your body glow from the inside out. It's also going to help with energy. You're going to feel a lot more energized throughout the day. Instead of drinking coffee when you first wake up, try and drink a glass of water and see how you feel. Now, a cute hack, obviously I love my Stanley cup, but I know a lot of people have water bottles where they have time markers on them. By 12 p.m. you need to be here. You can decorate it with cute stickers. Make sure you're attached at the hip with your water bottle, right? You can put your keys on there. There's a lot of different ways now that you can incorporate your water bottle into your aesthetic, but at the end of the day, don't skip on that, okay? Well, hydration is so important during the summertime, especially because it's hot. If you're outside, you're sweating a little bit more for sure, and you want to make sure that your body is getting the proper nutrients that it needs in order to stay and remain healthy. Number 2, movement. Walking, moving wherever you can. And I say this because I really think it's good for you to be able to move and walk whenever you can, because at the end of the day, it's really important to remember to move your body. I know it's hot outside, y'all. Like I know it's hot. I'm in Atlanta. They don't call it hot Atlanta for no reason. Like it is hot here. But when you remember to move, like I can choose to walk to the grocery store instead of driving. Now, I'm not saying to pick up my haul of groceries, but if there's some item that I'm missing, or I'm going out to dinner and it's literally right around the corner, I could drive, but technically like I could really walk. It's less than, half a mile. I'm going to choose to walk instead, because maybe that extra 1,000, 2,000 steps is going to take me a lot further than getting in the car and then wasting gas, right? So I'd say walking wherever you can. Just keep it casual, right? Don't try and do too much. Keep it casual, but stay consistent. So like maybe you just got done eating dinner. It's around 7, 8 o'clock. It's still light outside. You can literally just go on a nice little walk around the neighborhood. It doesn't even need to be more than 10 to 15 minutes, but it's something to keep your body moving, so that way you're keeping everything flowing the way it needs to flow. You could also do a morning walk, right? If you have extra time in the morning, you could listen to a podcast, go on a cute little walk. I used to love doing this. I used to love putting on a podcast and going on my walks around the neighborhood. And my podcast will be anywhere between like 45 minutes to an hour long. And while I'm listening and intaking knowledge, college, I'm also on a nice walk in the morning before it gets too hot during the day. And then the evening time is also when it's starting to cool down too. So like I said, keep it casual, nothing too crazy, but also just try and remain consistent. A cool little tip to try and do more of walking throughout the summer or just movement in general, try parking further away from the grocery store. Say you're going to Target, try parking all the way at the back and then walking to the front. Now, I know we're all women, right? And that can be a little scary to think about. I'm not saying do this at night, right? Like, don't do that. Try and do little things like that, parking further away, taking the stairs instead of going to the elevator, as well as, if you have a meeting at 12 p.m. every single day, and this meeting usually lasts about 30 minutes, and it's not really a meeting that you need to be sitting down and staring at your phone for. It's more of like a catch-up session. Try walking during the meeting. If your cameras are off, I'm sure they're not going to be mad at you for taking a little walk. Like, they're going to be like, dang, I need to get like her. So those are little ways that you can do that. And I really enjoyed taking the stairs, because where I work, we work on the second floor. I used to take the elevator, and I was just like, why am I taking the elevator to the second floor? It's literally one flight of stairs. Like, don't be lazy. That's an extra way to just get more steps in. Also save time, because why did the elevator take longer than me taking the stairs, y'all? Like, Anyway, movement is super important during the summer. So let's make sure that we stay active, keep it casual, but stay consistent. Number 3 is boundaries. Okay, let me say it again for you. Boundaries. Okay, we need to keep our boundaries during the summertime. We all know, like I said, this summer we're outside, we're saying yes to everything, because when are you going to get the opportunity again? I know, YOLO, right? But at the end of the day, you do need to take time for you. And I kind of said a little bit about this during my summer bucket list video when I was saying something about the 7-day self-care challenge. I was saying something along the lines of, we spend so much time making plans with other people during the summertime. It's really good to pour back into yourself during this time as well. So setting those boundaries is so important, and something that I'm sticking to this summer, making sure that, I'm keeping my schedule. And when I keep a schedule, instead of just saying yes when things do come up, it really does help me to be able to take time for me. Like, if somebody asks me at the last minute to go and do something this weekend, I might already have a whole list of things that I'm doing this weekend. Maybe they're for me, or maybe I'm out with other people, but at the end of the day, I don't want to spread myself too thin. And I used to be the person that said yes to everything, no matter how much it inconvenienced me. But when I became the person that kept the schedule, started saying, no, I can't do this, even though it felt so bad. Like, I felt so guilty, like almost all the time when I would say no. But now it just kind of feels like, sorry, can't do it. Let's do this instead. Or, you don't always just have to shoot it down. You can always come back with the reply. And that's something that I just felt like I couldn't do. Like, I couldn't just be like, no, like, I can't do it. But now it's like, no, I can't do it on this day, but can I do it on this day instead? Would you be available? And boom. And also, y'all, like, we're getting older. Like, I don't know if y'all have noticed, but we are getting older into the age group where it's like, we have to keep a schedule. And if you don't have to keep a schedule, that's good for you. But I'm getting to the point where it's like, I have so much going on. I'm running businesses, I'm filming videos, I'm going to work, I'm doing all this other stuff. And if you're not on my schedule, it's not like I'm trying to oversight you. I literally just did not see you. Like, I literally did not have the time. And it's not to say that I won't make the time, because I always make the time for what I want to make the time for, right? And I will make the time, but at the end of the day, you don't know unless you ask. So making sure those boundaries are set is just so important. And I want you guys to take that with you, especially if you don't take anything else with you for this video, take that, okay? Now let's move on to number 4, cooking at home. Y'all, I know we love a brunch. I know we love a dinner. I know we love a lunch. But at the end of the day, you guys, we are spending a lot of money when it comes to going out to these places to eat. And it's really not even about the money, to be honest. It's more so about like what we're putting in our bodies. And personally, I'm going to be cooking at home a little bit more, because I want to make sure that, especially on my fitness journey, I know exactly what's going into my body. And that's what helps me when it comes to cooking at home. I know if I'm using butter or oil. If I'm using oil, I know what kind of oil that I'm using. I know what my knives are cutting. Like, I'm sort of like a neat freak when it comes to that, and be a little OCD, but at the end of the day, I would like to have control over what I'm putting into my body. And I know that a lot of my friends do as well. And so maybe what I'll do instead is, like, instead of us going out to brunch, what if we all cook something instead and bring it to each other's place? That would be so much more fun than us going out I mean, us going out is still going to be fun, right? Because like I said in that summer bucket list video, I'm going to have my rooftop or patio brunch this summer. Okay, that's happening. But what I'm saying is that there are alternatives as well that we're also going to do too, because I did have a girls' night in on that list too, y'all. So it's not just the rooftop and patio brunch. I'm not trying to contradict myself. Now, with cooking at home, what you could try and do is just like batch cook. And that's kind of like meal prepping, right? Just cooking like a whole bunch at one time and then being able to eat from that throughout the week. Or you can even try seasonal ingredients. Like there's some things during the wintertime that are awful, right? And during the summertime, they are on point. Like I'm not going to go buy a watermelon during the wintertime. I'm looking at the watermelon during the wintertime like, what are you doing here? Because that is not the season for this produce. So at the end of the day, you guys want to be mindful of that. So try seasonal veggies, try seasonal fruits, try everything that is popping during the summertime, because I guarantee you it's going to taste so much better and fresher than it does during the other times of years that they're kind of like trying to push that out. Number 5 is getting more sun. Now, this is something that we can do pretty easily, right? If you live in an apartment or a house, it has windows, babe. Like it has windows. You might not have a balcony, you might not have a backyard, you might not have a patio, but you've got a window. Sit by the window. Get you a cup of tea, a cup of coffee, maybe iced coffee even, and just sit by the window, you know? When you're going on your walk, getting a little bit of extra sun. Did you guys know that just getting 10 minutes of sun, even just 10 minutes outside, can lead to better sleep and energy throughout the day? I don't know about you, but when I get really tired at work, like if I'm starting to feel like I'm getting tired, it's around like 12, I'll get up and I'll go on a little walk. Like I'll go get some sun and I'll come back feeling so revived. I won't even need like a Celsius or an energy drink. I just needed some sun. So getting some sun is really good for me. That's why I like to sit by windows. I like to sit on the patio, even if I'm not even doing anything. Like I won't even bring my phone out there. I'll just go out there and sit and just like enjoy. I'm not even going to say the quiet time because it's not exactly quiet, but it's still time to myself, right? I think that getting more sun is definitely going to help with better energy levels for sure. And then also, you guys know, like when you are in the sun, you do kind of tire yourself out a little bit. So of course it's going to lead to better sleep. Number 6, prioritizing your sleep. I am prioritizing my sleep. I love to sleep. Literally growing up, I would always say that my favorite Disney princess was Sleeping Beauty because I could just relate to her. And I know she didn't even ask to be put in that slumber, but I was low-key jealous. Like ain't no way she got to sleep that whole time. And that was that. Like, what about me? Why can't I sleep like that? And I just have to realize that's just not how it goes. That's not how it functions in the real world. But try and tell my 5 to 7-year-old self that. But prioritizing your sleep is so important. That is something that I'm going to be focusing on. And some ways that have helped me with this is I actually set a wind down alarm on my phone. I'm going to credit She's So Lucky, the podcast that I listened to. She was talking about setting a wind down alarm. And I thought that was so smart because we have alarms that wake us up, obviously, but why don't we have alarms that wind us down? So I set a wind down alarm for like Sunday through Thursday at 9:15 p.m. And honestly, I'm probably going to change it to be earlier because at the end of the day, I want to take a little bit more time. If I'm going to wind down, I'm going to make sure that the house is straight. I'm going to make sure that all my things for tomorrow in order. Then I'm going to get in the shower and then I'm going to journal and then I'm going to go to bed. And that stuff takes a little bit of time. And if my goal is to be in bed by 10, then my wind down alarm can't go off at 9:15. And this is me talking to you guys through like my thought process of why I'm like moving it up. So I might move it to like 8:30, 8:15, 8:45. At the end of the day, setting a wind down alarm will definitely help you, and just prioritizing your sleep, right? However that helps you. Getting satin or silk sheets, maybe getting cotton sheets, getting a cute little pajama set so that you look forward to going to sleep. Journaling every night so that you know that you can clear your mind before your head hits the pillow so that you can be more restful. Taking magnesium at night because that's going to help you sleep better as well as help with your muscles and that protein synthesis as well. Maybe turning off your screens an hour before bed. What I've started doing recently, which I honestly think has helped, is I started sleeping with my phone in a different room. I always was like, oh, I can't do this. This is too hard. Like, I'm not going to be able to do that. Why does anybody do that? And now I see why. Like, it has truly helped me be a lot more detached from my phone. And what I'll do is I do have an alarm clock in my room. It's not like a Hash or anything fancy. It's just a basic alarm clock, but I'll put my phone in a different room. I'll still set an alarm on my phone. And this is the hack, right? The alarm on my alarm clock goes off before the one on my phone. phone. By the time the one on my phone goes off, I need to be up, moving around, getting dressed and ready. So that way I'm like, oh, okay, boom, I'm good. Versus both of them going off at the same time, which honestly, that might help me hurry up and get up too, so that I can go all the way to the other room and turn it off. But at the end of the day, that is something that has worked for me, sharing a tidbit of information. But yes, prioritizing my sleep is going to be definitely one of my main focuses this summer. And the last two, you guys, we're down to the last two habits. Number 7 is going to be journaling. And I'm going to definitely stick to my journaling every night. I usually journal every night, especially on weeknights. During the weekend, I do have like a more relaxed approach, unless it's like a day where I'm not really doing anything and I'm just like lounging around, and I decide that I want to just grab my journal and then just get to writing and see where it takes me. And then there'll be times where I'm like writing for an hour and I'm like, dang, like I didn't think I had that much to say. But that is something that I'm sticking to this summer. Journaling is just good to clear your mind. It's really good to be able to reflect. And then honestly, this is something that you can look back on next summer and see, you know, where your mind was at, what you were doing, and things like that. I did talk a little bit about this during our summer bucket list video, starting a summer journal or a summer diary. That would be really cool too. But what I'm going to do is just stick to my journaling every single night. I won't even use journaling prompts all the time. Like, as long as I can just journal, get everything off my chest, but also show gratitude as well, that's what I'm mainly worried about. And that's my main focus, to be honest. Even just like if you decide that you want to start journaling, but every day is too much for you, try it every week. Start with every week, every Sunday, 5 minutes after dinner, before you go to bed, when you first wake up. Every Sunday, just try and journal for a couple of minutes and see how you feel. Then transition to more bi-weekly, and then go on like that. Or not bi-weekly, but 2 times a week instead. And from there, see how you feel. If you feel like better, then great. But if not, then that's cool too. Some other ways you can do journals are video journals, right? Like, I have a vlog channel, and this is a great way for me to document my summer. Now, I don't get into like all the nitty gritty of everything that's going on up here, right? So that's a little bit different, but it is a way that I can also keep track of everything that I've done this summer. Another way to do it is voice recording. If you don't want to write everything that's going on in your mind, that's perfectly fine. You could always start an audio journal, which are pretty cool, I'm not gonna lie. And with the audio journals, you can start that right on your phone, right? Everybody has the voice recording app, and you just press record and just talk about how you're feeling. And honestly, you guys, I've done this too, and this is like so fun, because sometimes I might be on my drive to work and I just have a lot on my mind and I need to talk it out. Sometimes I won't press record, and then sometimes I will, right? Just like talking to myself, and there's nothing wrong with that. But at the end of the day, that is something that has truly helped me. And if you are also looking to get into journaling, I think that's something that'll help you too. Now, my last habit, last but not least, is fun fitness. Okay, now during the winter, right, it was cold outside, we were in our winter arc, we were doing strength training, we were in the gym, and that's cool. It was very structured, but at the end of the day, what I'm looking to do this summer, I'm looking to have a little bit more fun with my fitness. And I kind of talked about this earlier with the walks, but what you could do is go to dance classes. Dance classes are really fun during the summertime. Yoga classes are outside. They do yoga all the time on the green. I know the Home Depot backyard, they do yoga. I was at Atlantic Station the other day, they were doing yoga, and it was like a random Wednesday, and I was like, whoa, what's going on? This is like a whole yoga class. Like, this is so cool. Like, this is just fun ways that you can get outside. You can be getting your sun, and you can be doing some fun fitness and all that good stuff. So, and then doing it with a friend, right? Hit a friend up and be like, hey, let's go to a dance class this weekend. Let's try yoga class this weekend. Oh, I saw that they're doing yoga outside this weekend. Would you want to come to this park with me? What I really want to try is goat yoga, or like puppy yoga. I think that would be so fun. I haven't been able to find where yet, but when I do, you guys will be the first to know. You could also try like biking, swimming. Swimming is perfect during this time of year. It's so hot. It's a great way to cool down and refresh. Biking is also perfect during this time of year because of the weather. Because it is hot. I love biking during the summertime, the fall time, the springtime. Honestly, I just really like biking. But at the end of the day, it's a great way to get a breeze. You can explore the city, and there's so much to do when it comes to biking. So that'll definitely be on my list of things to do as far as fun fitness goes. But these are the 8 healthy habits that I'm planning to stick to this summer, trying to keep in my routine. And if you guys have gotten anything from that, let me know. Now, I would love for you guys to share with me like some of the healthy habits that you're planning on sticking to that I might not have covered in this video. I would love to know and be able to maybe add that to my routine and my list of things that I need to stick to as well. But that concludes our video for today. I really appreciate you guys so much for tuning in. And if you enjoyed this video, please be sure to hit that like button. Like I said, that'll suggest to the algorithm that this is a good video for others to watch who are also looking for healthy habits. And if you really enjoyed this video, feel free to hit that red button to subscribe, because like I said, we are on the road to 500 subscribers. So excited. I'm so happy. And I'm so glad that you guys watched this video. Let me know if anything that you will stick to in the comments. And other than that, I'll see you in the next one. Bye.
Franco.